Okay, so I'm starting out using his bed because I want to encourage him to try and lay down on the mat right off the bat. This was kind of confusing to him, but I did do a few reps like this. Basically, I'm marking and rewarding him for touching the mat. So this was our very, very first session. And then in a little bit, I'm going to jump ahead to our third or fourth. I'm picking up the mat in between reps because I want it to stand out to him when I put it down on the ground. Ultimately, me putting it down on the ground should be a cue to go lay down on it. So I'm really just moving it around to make a point to show him that this training session is really more about the mat than it is about his bed. But I thought his bed would help me out here. It wasn't, so I removed it. Here I'm starting to get a little bit more buy-in on this skill, and you'll hear that I'm doing a lot more praise and like pets and bigger rewards when he lays down fully on the mat. When he lays down fully on the mat, I'm also doing kind of more treats, one after the other, to try and keep him in position, so encourage that duration on the spot. Ultimately, his job with this skill is to lay down on this mat and relax here, even if crazy things are happening. So right now, he's learning about the go to the mat part of the skill, and he's learning about the relax on the mat part of the skill. But I'm not emphasizing too much duration. I'm just getting a little bit of that for free by giving several treats after another while I do it that way. Okay, so here we have our next session. Sorry for the camera angle is a little bit funkier. I wish we could see him better, but it turned out this way. This time I'm trying a slightly different strategy. Right off the bat, I'm picking up the mat and putting it back down in between each rep. And when he touches the mat, I'm marking and rewarding yes, and then treating to the mat. I'm also working on having him go slightly past me, as you see there, to get to the mat. So that's actually a really crucial next step, and that's probably what we're going to work on a little bit when we see each other next, is walking past the handler to go to the mat. So really making it about laying on the mat, not just laying anywhere. I don't want him to just lay anywhere in relation to a handler. I want him to know that this is a cue to relax in a spot. He's doing really well with this. I was actually really happy with how this went, but he did have a hard time training with other dogs in the home. Off to the side on my right, behind a baby gate, there's a couple dogs that I'm just tossing them treats every so often while we train, but Moose is, I think, definitely a little more overstimulated just by having them around. I'm excited to do the next step of this stuff with you guys.